When a news story falls through the cracks, Lewis Black catches it for a segment we call Back in Black.
The new year means new laws are going into effect all across the country. Think of them as America's New Year's resolutions. But unlike our personal resolutions, they're meant to last a little longer than the first time we pass a cheesecake factory. So let's take a look at some of the new laws debuting in 2019.
In New Hampshire, you must be at least 16 years old now in order to get married, but that's as long as you have parental consent. Until now, girls could get married at 13 and boys at 14.
Oh, no! New Hampshire is raising the marriage age from 13 to 16. Won't somebody think of R. Kelly? But I'm glad they're raising the age. Unbelievable. No one is mature enough to make a long-term commitment at age 13. I know your bar mitzvah says you're a man, but that's just bullshit made up to get you an Xbox money. Teenagers should not get married. 13, 16, it doesn't matter. You still can't drink. And drinking is the only way to get through a marriage. But it turns out that early marriage isn't the worst thing that can happen to kids in America. In Ohio, they've got a new law that's a whole different kind of torture.
In the age of tweets and texts, the state of Ohio is going retro. Students there will now be required to learn how to write in cursive by the end of the 5th grade.
What's wrong with you, Ohio? The only phrase anyone should learn in cursive is, "Why the f*** am I writing in cursive?" There's no time I've been reading something and thought, I wish this was harder to read. And fancy. Plus, it's the computer age. We type everything. Kids don't need to learn cursive unless they're going to go back in time and write letters during the Civil War. Dearest Margaret, I'm 13. Why am I here? But while Ohio is punishing its citizens, Vermont's new laws are making it rain.
Vermont will begin paying people to move there, up to $10,000 over 2 years, for people employed by out-of-state companies who are willing to work in Vermont remotely from a home office or a cooperative workspace.
We have a demographic problem in this state. We need more people.
All right, Vermont. I'm going to tell you the same thing I told my aunt when I saw her OkCupid page. Quit acting so thirsty. Seriously, you're offering 10 grand to live in Vermont? If a state has to pay you money to live in it, that's a good sign I don't want to live in that state. What good is $10,000 in Vermont? That place is so dull, I'll have to spend the 10 grand on cocaine just to liven things up. If I wanted to go someplace cold and empty, I could look in a mirror. But why should humans have all the fun? Why can't these new laws mess around with animals' lives, too?
In California, as of January 1st, pets are now legally considered part of the family in divorces, not just property. Judges can assign sole or joint custody based on the best interest of the pet.
Wow! This is beyond f***ing stupid! How do you determine the best interest of the pet? What if it's a weasel or a tarantula? Even if it's a dog, you're just going to have two lawyers at opposite sides of the courtroom calling its name, and the winner will be whoever touched sausages that morning. I say if we're going to treat pets like children of a divorce, let's not half-ass it. We should really treat them like children of a divorce. I'm sorry, Whiskers. Cleaning your litter box drove Mommy and Daddy apart. And the guilt will probably drive you to the pole. But look, I know I'm always angry, but my own New Year's resolution is to try to find some good somewhere. So there's one new law that I can really get behind.
Washington State cracks down on people who misrepresent companion or emotional support pets as trained service animals.
It's no longer just dogs and cats. Some planes have become modern-day Noah's Arks. ducks, pigs, ferrets, hedgehogs, kangaroos, even peacocks, all flying the increasingly furry skies.
Finally! This emotional support animal thing has gone too far. Nobody needs an emotional support animal. I don't have an emotional support animal. And look at me. I've never been happier! Let's face it, this was always a scam. Last week, my flight attendant had to explain why an anaconda was slithering over my crotch. Oh, it's a service snake? Good. Then have it strangle that screaming baby. Trevor?
Lewis Black, everyone.